What's up going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we got My Hero Academia Season 3 episode 60 on deck. It is called A Talk About Your Quirk. I wonder what quirk we're going to have a talk about, or who we're going to talk about their quirk to. I have no idea, but I'm excited to get into this, guys, because we just finished up the final part of our test or our exam to get our license to be able to use our quirks out in public and basically use them as a hero would. And we got left on a cliffhanger. I'm going to start calling My Hero Academia cliffhanger leveling because it's starting to get to that level of solo leveling where it just cliffhangs me all the time. Same with Bleach. And that kind of segues into the next thing, which is, hey, hit that subscribe button, guys. We'd love to have you join us, guys. We do My Hero Academia every Tuesday, Thursdays, and we do Bleach on Fridays. So feel free to join us here on YouTube, guys. Hit that subscribe button, free. And guess what? All you get is a great time. Get to watch some amazing anime with me. So I'd be happy to have you guys here. I don't know why I keep glancing this way as if my camera is over there. I don't know. But anyways, we also have Patreon, guys. And if you're already with us over on Patreon, big shout out to you guys. I appreciate the heck out of you guys for being with us, man. It means the world to me that you guys are part of my Patreon and you guys support us in that way. You guys can join us. It is free to join. There is a free option. There are multiple other options if you choose to do so to support the channel, but that is 100% up to you. But over on Patreon, we are usually about a week to 2 weeks out, and we usually, or not usually, everything is unedited, so there's no filter over the top, there's no cuts in and out of the scenes. It's all just me, you, full anime, watching it all together, man. It's awesome. So, anyways, like I was saying, guys, we did finish the exam last episode, and we got left right at the part where he was about to announce who all passed. They put it up on a screen, and they had everybody there. Everybody's names up on the screens of who passed, and my guess was, because it looked like two names were missing, and I could be way off on this too. It just looked like there was a box with a bunch of different names in there, and two at the very bottom right were empty. So it makes me think maybe everybody passed except for two people. Who would be the two people that didn't pass? My guess was Todoroki and the guy who does the wind power. I can't remember what his name is. But because of those two had a situation where they were basically like fighting against each other by trying to fight the villain, but they kept on hitting each other's powers and knocking each other's powers away, and like it ended up leading to, you know, a very climatic finish, which was awesome. And in the end, they ended up working together by using the wind to enhance the fire, which was really cool. But I just wonder if it wasn't enough to give them meaning to pass these guys, because of, I just think that they're looking at it from the way of everything by the book. You know what I'm saying? And although that's inspiring and everything like that, I don't know that I would say that that's by the book saving people. You know what I mean? But that's just my guess. So I guess we're about to find out who passed and who did not. Let's get it, man.
I'm up there! Call me a hero! I did it.
He passed. Okay. Oh shit, I gotta go full screen.
Thank goodness. What a relief. Magnifique! I did it!
Yeah!
The fact that they have not shown
Another small step
Deku,
toward being a pro.
Bakugo, Todoroki.
Killed it! Right on! But, no. Yoshi! No! It's not there.
Uh-oh. So no Bakugo, no...
It's over.
Okay, so no Bakugo, no Todoroki, no... What's his name?
He failed? Todoroki! I'm sorry! It's my fault that you didn't pass the licensing exam!
Oh, his whole
My
head
focus
slamming
was
thing
too
is...
narrow-minded! Forgive me! You're fine. I was the one who got us off to a bad start. But still! And thanks to the things you said to me, I have a lot to think about.
Holy crap! Did he really fail?
How could our top two classmates not pass the exam?
Should have been more careful what you said. Words are important, you know.
This guy.
Shut your mouth before I murder you!
Those entitled people at the top think so highly of themselves, don't they? Their own egos are their
Oh, here we go,
worst enemies.
Bubbles.
Looks like our class hierarchy is collapsing. Oh.
So, next we'll give you the printouts of your results. They include a breakdown of your scores, so you'll know exactly
Okay,
what
so at
areas
least-
you need to improve
yeah.
going forward.
That's really cool if they do that.
Thank you, sir.
Hand it over, I want to see.
Maybe you should focus on you?
Well, come on, how'd you do?
Give me a chance to look and I'll tell you.
So
We
Bakugo
logged
failed,
off
right?
points when you did something
He's
wrong.
acting like he
Fall
failed,
below
but they
50
never
and you were done.
directly said
These
that.
demerits are itemized on your result forms, as you'll see, so I'd look at them.
Since this was a demerit system that didn't give anyone the chance to add points, there was no hope of passing after someone fell below 50. So why let those people continue to fight until the end? Why not take them off the battlefield when they failed?
Anyway, moving forward, those of you who pass can exercise the same authority as pro-heroes, but only during emergency situations. In other words, fighting villains, saving the victims of criminal acts or accidents, you may act using your best judgment with no direct orders. Keep in mind that your every action from now on carries with it a deep responsibility toward bettering our society, and that the world is watching you. I'm sure you're aware that All Might, our greatest hero, no longer has his incredible power. One of the reasons crime in this country has been so low is due to his presence. With that deterrent gone, criminals are sure to become bolder and more widespread. Expect the balance we currently have in our world to be destroyed and for things to change quickly. You young people will be the hope for our future. It's imperative that you become exemplary heroes, that your reputations grow to suppress crime as did his.
I like how
Remember,
honest he's
the
being with all
license you earned
these
today is provisional, and you
students.
still have much to do. I would like for you to think of yourselves as fledglings and be even more diligent in your studies. And as for those who fell short and did not pass, we don't have time for you to feel bitter about your loss. Instead, we offer you a chance to redeem yourselves. After you attend a 3-month-long special course and pass an individual test, we plan to issue a provisional license to those of you who failed as well. In order
Damn.
for us to reach the idyllic future that I just spoke of, we're going to need as many good heroes on the streets as we can get. You're welcome to retake the exam in April if you prefer to wait.
Oh, like hell! Special course!
That's awesome.
Isn't this great, Todoroki? You don't have to. Just take it easy. Relax. The hierarchy is collapsing.
What the hell, Bubbles?
We'll root for you.
That's awesome. He got his license. I wanted to comment just real fast on the whole thing. I mean, first of all, I'm good at guessing this shit, man. Because I guess, well, okay, I missed Bakugo, but I was thinking about saying him, but I was like, I don't know. Like, they didn't really highlight it, and they didn't really show much past, like, because he had that moment where, he had the run-in with the old people, and he's, like, yelling at him. So I was like, yeah, that's definitely not great. But the way that they were debating, they're like, oh, I like how assertive he is and stuff like that. That's what kind of made me like, I don't know. And then, like I said, we didn't really see a ton more of, like, him or what happened other than at the end where they saved the last 2 or 3 people or whatever. So I wasn't sure on him. But I definitely got the Todoroki and what's his name right. Ugh. But yeah, I definitely got them correct. And I think it just goes down to, like I said, it's just like kind of what Deku actually said was it's like, well, once you decrease the amount of points, there was no way to gain those points back. So it's like, I think that yes, although that they ended up being the ultimate ones who saved the entire thing, because if they didn't stop, what's his name, Orca, then who else would have? I mean, I'm sure other people would have stepped up, but still, it's like the way that they did it was great. But I think that their shortcomings and the failures they had before they actually came together was just too much to overcome, which it turns out that was. But I do like that they have kind of said, hey, the whole reason we only sent 100 people through was because we want more heroes. And I said it kind of while he was doing the speech, but I love how honest he was with the students, with the fact that, hey, we're not going to keep this a behind closed doors thing where we're because we had that shot a couple episodes ago where they were talking about, hey, All Might's no longer here. What are we going to do? What's the plan? We got to have more heroes step up to the plate. And I like how he was honest in that with his speech back to them of, hey, we're still going to give everybody who failed a chance to redeem themselves because we need more heroes, guys. With All Might gone, it's just more imperative that each one of you guys step up to the plate and become better heroes. You know what I mean? Because we need that without All Might here. And I just love how honest he was with the students. I thought that was an awesome experience for them.
Deku, are you crying?
Yeah, well, this is a lot. So many people have helped me get to this point, and some of them went through a lot of trouble to do so. Meaning, how do I put this? It's like this is proof I've matured and gotten stronger, and it makes me so happy. I need to show this to my mom and All Might as soon as
Kind of like a
possible.
trophy, like when you play sports and
Yeah,
stuff.
I get
It's
it.
like a piece of validation for you.
Eraser,
That all the work you've done is
since we've reconnected, how about we get together for
worth it.
joint training sometime?
Yeah, that could be smart.
Todoroki, I'll see you at the special course, but here's the thing. Honestly, nothing's changed. I still don't like you. Sorry. That's all for now. That was nice of him, I guess.
I'm like,
We'll
yeah, I
just
guess
make
that's
the
kind of
best of
nice that
it.
he
Interesting.
was honest.
The one in the bodysuit did it. I wanted to talk to her about it so that I can understand how it worked. Do you have any idea where she might be?
Bodysuit. Oh, you mean Kami. She said she wasn't feeling too well and took a cab to the station so she could go home.
Oh, I see. Too bad I didn't get the chance to ask.
Actually,
Seems a bit
she's been
suspicious.
acting kind of strangely for the past few days. A little different from her usual self, I'd say.
For a second there, I was like, is that my phone?
Where are you right now? Toga?
Oh,
The most
it's
wonderful
Toga.
fun today.
Don't get so lost in your role that you slip up. There's too much at stake to get caught.
Oh, don't worry.
I've never been caught in my life, not even close. And my mission was a success. Tomura is gonna be so happy.
I managed to get some of Izuku's yummy blood.
Himiko
great.
Toga. Her quirk, transform. By ingesting someone's blood, she can transform into that person.
I'm here so we can get a few things straight. All for one.
One thought about activating my quirk, and I'll likely be put down like a rabid dog. Imprisoned deep underground, smothered by layers of high-tech security. Not even a bit of stimulation for my mind. The world likens this place to something out of a Greek myth, calling it Tartarus. That's the name of the underworld prison where kings and titans were punished. Escaping would be a struggle even for me.
You're trapped here. You'll never go free.
I'll let you believe that. So what now? Let's hear what you have to say. Where's Gran
I'm interested to
Torino?
hear what he's got to say,
You
too.
came here alone? And in a costume, no less. Please, don't tell me you're still trying to be a hero with that feeble body.
You're chatty.
Don't feel flattered. I just haven't had anyone to talk to in a while.
I want answers. Tell me where Tomura Shigaraki is hiding right now.
Haven't the slightest. Unlike your bird, mine left the nest and makes his own decisions.
What were you trying to achieve? What are you hoping for now? Your body should have died a long time ago, yet you preserved it. You devote your time to exploiting and controlling people, toying with innocent lives for no reason. Why?
Of course you came here with a tired topic. Even if I told you the truth, you wouldn't be satisfied. There are some people who never understand each other. We are the same, though you'd never admit it. Just as you long to become the hero of justice, I long to be an all-powerful devil. It's that simple.
Damn.
I had an ideal and the power to see it enacted. It's normal to pass your work onto someone else when the end is near. Think of it as inheritance, like the estate you pass down, or the well-sown field planted by one person and cultivated from generation to generation.
Oh, that shot's so sick, dude. How it's
I'm
got the
just trying to
reflection.
do what everyone else on this planet is already doing, nothing more.
You've got 3 minutes left, All Might.
Oh, come now. Don't put a damper on things. I want to keep talking. The world was probably pretty shaken up by your retirement, so let's hear it. How are things actually looking on the outside?
We're keeping him isolated from the news. Please refrain from giving him any information.
You heard the man.
All right, be that way. But then I have an active imagination. Right about
His
now,
theme
the
music,
media's
dude, is
concern
so
about your
wild.
absence is mixing with their worry about Endeavor as the new de facto leader. If the scenario I composed plays out as I intended it to, then I know everything that's going on outside these walls. Do you know what I love most about this? Any rise in crime moving forward is due to you concealing your fading strength. And now you won't be able to save anyone. You've been relegated to the sidelines, doomed to watch society fall apart as villains flourish because of your own arrogance. You're nothing now. You're finished. Bet you really want to punch me, huh?
You think you know everything, but as always, you underestimate people.
I kept wondering what would annihilate your golden heart.
I understand your twisted plan very well. You want Shigaraki, my master's blood relation, to kill me. Or kill me and young Midoriya. That's what you plotted.
Perhaps.
I won't be dying anytime soon. Especially not by Shigaraki's hand. I will not be killed.
Dude, his
so
eyes
easily,
right now.
And I refuse to let the future you imagine come to pass.
So much determination, dude.
You can set a few things straight, but this is really what you wanted to say.
Time's up, sir. Please exit.
I'll smash your plans and thwart your plots. I am relentless. You're the one who will watch helpless from a cell for the rest of your days.
Rest of my days, huh?
Woo. Damn, that was a moment right there, dude.
Excuse me.
I'll comment more on it, but I don't want to pause yet.
Young Midoriya.
What threw me off there for a second
So
is
we're back to normal
in
classes
Japan, do
tomorrow,
they drive
right?
on the opposite side of the road than we do in America? Because I noticed he was driving down the whole left side of the thing. In America, we would be driving down the right. Just something I randomly noticed when he was driving.
Rest for heroes.
Man, I could use a vacation. I'll not forget this summer the rest of my life.
It's been a bit. I wonder if he got my message.
You! Meet me out front later. We need to have a talk about your quirk.
Damn.
Okay.
That feels like it came out of nowhere. Kinda.
Kachan, how far are we going? We shouldn't be walking around in the middle of the night. Hello?
Wow, you're so lucky. Your quirk is amazing, Kachan. When I get mine, I hope it's just as cool.
Whatever, Deku. No matter what power you end up with, you'll never be able to beat me.
You brought us to Ground Beta?
This is the place where we had our first combat training, where I fought you and
Oh.
lost. You've always made me sick. You know that, right, Deku?
Damn, that's rude.
Now I knew. This was it.
You were useless. No power at all. A joke. So now you're gonna tell me how you managed to get into this damn school with a brand new quirk that appeared out of nowhere.
I wasn't hiding my quirk from you. It was given to me by someone else, recently. I'll work
Oh
until
my
I
gosh,
have full
dude, this is
control of this borrowed
throwback
quirk.
right here.
And I'll finally beat you with my own power!
I didn't understand what you meant back then because what you were saying made no sense, but still, you kept climbing higher and higher, always looking so satisfied with yourself. Ever since that sludge villain. No, it actually started when All Might came to town. Better and better. Until finally you passed the licensing exam while I failed. How the hell is that even possible?
That wasn't a matter of ability, though!
Shut up and listen, you damn nerd!
Sorry.
It pissed me off that I'd been beaten by such a pathetic weakling. But after seeing what happened to All Might at Camino Ward, I began to understand. It looks like you've made that borrowed power your own.
Here goes.
I've been giving it a lot of thought.
He's probably
You
gonna
got
guess
your
wrong
quirk from All
watch.
Might, didn't you?
Oh,
He
damn,
gave you his
okay.
power.
Guess not. He guessed correct.
I heard about the boss villain. Apparently, he has the ability to steal a person's quirk and give it to somebody else.
It's your turn.
Back then,
Oh,
you were
shoot.
the only one who really understood what he meant. There's more evidence too, like how those Nomu monsters had multiple quirks, even though it seemed impossible. Besides,
You've gotten weaker, All Might.
I'll make certain you're locked up for the rest of your life.
All Might and that boss villain knew each other. Before that fight, I asked All Might about this in a way. But he wouldn't give me a straight answer. That's why you're gonna tell me the truth.
Don't look so
Ooh,
sad.
he's sweating
He
bullets
didn't
right
take
now,
you
bro.
seriously, so I don't think he'll say anything. This time I'll let things slide. Just make sure this doesn't happen again.
You and I both wanted to be just like All Might when we were growing up. But I was the one who had the potential. Then somehow a little nobody like you was singled out by the person I
Dude, the
admired
build up in the
most,
background is
and I
so
didn't
crazy.
even realize it. That's why we're here. You and I are settling this. Right here. Right now.
Dude, the build up back in that back, oh, it was sending chills. I got to make sure that there is no post credit scenes real fast. Okay, I don't see any post credit scenes. It looks like it's just literally the next episode. So, okay, I mean, we got to talk about a couple things. One, the conversation between All Might and One for All, or All for One. I mean, like, for a moment there, dude, I thought All for One was about to give a speech like Pain's, dude, when he said, "You and I are the same." It started like reminding me so much of the Pain speech that Pain gives to Naruto. Not quite on like the level of like the fact that, you know, Pain's speech kind of went towards a different direction in terms of like, hey, I'm ultimately trying to find peace. But All for One ultimately kind of said, hey, I'm a devil who essentially wants to watch the world burn. Like that's what my goal is. So, you know, why am I going to, when I have the ability and the power to make a dream come true? It actually kind of reminds me too of another anime I've seen, which is JJK. Because in there, a character named Geto is talking to Gojo and says, hey, I have all these ideals, but it's funny that you're saying that this isn't possible for me, but it is for someone like you, right? Because Gojo's the strongest. He's the strongest in the world. So it's like my ideals aren't realistic because it's me, but if I was you, these goals would become realistic because I'd have the power and the ability to make them realistic. And that's what it kind of reminded me of, is that conversation, because essentially All for One is like, I had the power. I could have made my dreams come true because I had that ability. I had the power and the control to do such a thing. So why would I sit back and just let it live inside my head instead of making it come true? And it's like, it just goes down to the whole thing of like, you know, everybody has a dream, and that's kind of what separates the good guys from the bad guys, right? Is some people's dreams are very selfish, or they're self-centered, and they have no good intention for anyone else. I feel like you could have a dream that's a little self-centered, but also still be good-willed. You know, I think someone like Endeavor, for example, I think he's a very misunderstood character because in a way, his goal is very selfish because he just wants to be number one. He wants to be number one. He wants to win, right? A very selfish, self-centered goal, but also his goal is going to result in, you know, saving lives. Like he wants good in the world. You know what I mean? And even though ultimately he wants it for a selfish reason, he still wants that good. So that's one of those ones where you could say that. Or you have someone like All Might, right? Who All Might is 100% good. He doesn't just want, like, his goal is not just self-centered. Like, yeah, okay, cool, he's the number one hero, but for him, it's like Endeavor was fully about that. It wasn't about being number one. It was about being the best hero he could possibly be, and he wanted to strive to represent something more than just himself, which I think is why ultimately he was able to become what he was, because he strived for something far bigger than anything he could have, like, put in perspective for just being a selfish, right? And I think that was what separated All Might from Endeavor, was that kind of a goal, was that he wanted to represent something. He wanted to be a symbol. He wanted to be something that stood forever, not something that was here and gone. You know what I mean? But amazing conversation between those two. Now we've got Deku and Bakugo having a conversation. Bakugo, it sounds like, knows exactly what's going on, because I thought he was going to guess wrong, because, you know, every time the show does is where it's like, okay, well, I think someone's onto the quirk, and then all of a sudden they have a random guess where it's like, oh, okay, they don't know what's going on. All right, we're cool. But nope, Bakugo guessed exactly what was going on, and he connected all the dots, and he said, we're going to settle this here and now. Does that mean that we're going to, like, they're going to settle it like fighting each other? Or does that mean he means we're going to settle this here now, like he wants Deku to admit to him the truth and talk to him like that? But if I know Bakugo, I think that this means he wants him to fight him. He wants to prove to him that he is not stronger. Bakugo almost feels like he needs this to prove to himself that Deku is not above him. And I think what set this whole thing off was the fact that he did not pass the licensing exam, which we got confirmation for, because earlier I was saying, so did he not pass? Because they haven't really confirmed it. He just keeps acting like he didn't. But I think that that kind of set him over the edge where it's kind of like, okay, this was the final straw. And now that I know that Deku has borrowed this ability, and now somehow he is, you know, beating me in every aspect that we compete, he's frustrated and pissed about that. And I think that now it's like, yeah, I want this settled here and now. You versus me, mano y mano, and so on like that. But man, what an episode, dude. 2 great conversations. Just, yeah, I'm excited for the next episode. I can see what the next episode's called. It's called Deku versus Kachan Part 2. So I think we're in for a hell of a fight, guys, because that first fight that these two got into was awesome, man. Like, it was just the way that Deku sacrificed himself and was able to win the ultimate, like, training course thing. Like, this is going to be badass for sure, dude. But I've done enough talking, guys. I appreciate y'all's time, man. We'll catch you guys in episode 61, man. Deuces.